Hey guys, Scotty10K here with, I'm going to teach you how to do better double lift. Whenever I see people do double lifts, I usually see them picking at the cards too long or going from the back, and that's just not natural. People don't do that to lift cards. So, I'm going to teach you the clean push-off, which is the one you use your thumb on, and then the back push-off, which is just lifting up from the back. Like that, just filling two cards and lifting up from the back and turning over, and then, yeah. And then, the easiest way is to count the cards. Count the cards out like you're just looking at the cards, holding a break. And then whenever you get to that point of where you need to do the double lift, triple lift, whatever lift you're doing, you just flip it over from the break, hold another break until you're done showing, and then flip it back over. But yeah, that's that one. So the way I usually do it is I usually do it from the back, fill two cards. Always push up from the bottom card. Don't hold in your finger like that with two cards in your hand like that. Always fill the bottom card and then push up from the bottom card like that, like it's one card, and you just push up and then grab. Always keep a loose but tight grip, like not too hard, not too soft, and flip over again, flush against the pack, and then hold a break until you're done showing the card. Make sure they know. You're really trying to get them to think this is just the top card, the one card, and then flip it back over, keep flush against the pack, and flip it back over, keeping it as one even as it lands on the pack, and then pushing it together with the rest of the pack, and then doing whatever you want with the top card. That's not really the card that you showed them. So you're just gonna push off, like that, push off, grab two cards and push up with two cards, grab. So that part needs a lot of practice. You need to figure out how to just automatically go to two cards. You need to figure out where that is whenever you push off. You need to figure out how to push off to where two cards is easily gotten to, and you need to practice setting that into the corner grip. So practice, practice, practice. The easiest way for me to know is I push off the deck and then barely push off the top few cards to where I can clearly see. I can clearly see where the two cards are on this side, so I know how far they are in relation on this side, and so I can easily just go to it, flip it over. The easiest way to keep it push it into the grip is whenever you get the two cards to push all the cards back together, smush them all back together to where these two cards are automatically lined up before you start grabbing them, before anybody notices that they're two cards getting pushed together. So, get the two cards. Once you have the two cards, push it together and grab it, flip it over, flush against the pack, hold it, hold the break, and then easily just flip it back over, or not like that, but yeah, flip it back over, hold the break, flip it back over, flush against the pack, keep it still looking like one card even as it's face down against the pack, and then push it together, and then do whatever you want with the real card. The other way is much cleaner looking, but is a little bit more kind of like, I guess, I don't know how to explain it. It's a little more advanced, I guess you could say, is the one that you grab the top corner over here the same way you grab over here, except this one is a little bit easier because you can push off with your thumb and push up on the card. Then you can hold it, push it forward like that. You flip it over with the back of your thumb, and then back over whenever you're done. So the way to do that is you're holding it in sort of in this grip like that, and you're pushing off with your thumb right here on the top cards, and it makes it easier to see to feel the two cards because only 2 or 3 cards will be up, and it ought to be separated. So whenever it's separated, you just go and fill 2 cards, push them up from the bottom of the card you're lifting up, from the bottom card that you're lifting up, whatever. Push up from that one instead of still gripping it like that, because like I said, that's obvious. Still pushing up from that, and then putting it in the corner grip like that, hold it in your thumb and your index finger, and then using your other fingers to kind of flip it around while it's pressed against this part of your thumb behind the pack. So once you have it in this grip right here, you have it against your thumb like that, and you're just flipping it around, keeping it on that thumb, and then you can easily put it in your in between your thumb and your fingers and slide it up against the pack, and then put it easily in that break because it just slides right on top, and you can put your pinky right under it while it's sliding, and then flip it over whenever you're done, flush against the pack, and that's pretty easy. So once again, push off with your thumb, fill 2 cards, push up from the bottom, flip over, push forward, reveal, show, flip over, flush against the pack, and then real card. So that's the easiest way, or the cleanest, the nicest looking way to do a double lift. And practice. That's all I gotta say. Practice, practice, practice. In front of a mirror, in front of a front-facing camera, like the front of the iPhone camera, or whatever kind of camera you have. Practice, practice, practice. Don't do tricks until you have the double lift down, because it reveals the whole trick if you reveal how the double lift is done, and it ruins it for other people too, because then people know how the trick is done. So make sure not to reveal your double lift to anybody, and if you do, you're not a magician anymore, and we hate you. Just kidding. You're gonna just, yeah, practice. That's all I gotta say. So learn, practice, and then do it right. Good luck.